That is the song called Shattered, and it's a debut song by Universe, and it talks about escaping North Korea. Well, let's find more about the band. We are now joined by Nemo Kim, a journalist and critic based in Seoul. Welcome to the program, Nemo. Tell us more about Universe.
Yes, there's five of them, and it's very interesting. There's not a single full-on South Korean as a member. You have two North Korean defectors, two Asian Americans, neither of South Korean heritage, and a Japanese rapper. So the makeup of the group itself is pretty interesting, and you can kind of tell that the band was set up possibly to try and garner more of an international, fandom in mind.
Tell us more about then the two North Koreans who defected or who left the country, who are not part of this band.
They're both 25, Hyuk and Seok. They're both North Korean defectors. Hyuk is especially more interesting. He was a child laborer in North Korea, left North Korea after years of hardship. His father actually died in North Korea due to malnutrition and so on. Another interesting thing is that Hyuk co-writes many of their songs, and his experiences as a North Korean defector is reflected in quite a few of his songs.
As you mentioned there, then, Nemo, there is really no South Korean ties to the band. I wonder what kind of reception the song and the album has gotten in the K-pop world in South Korea.
Right. Well, unfortunately, hostility towards North Korean defectors is growing here in South Korea. A poll about 3 years ago by the Korea Institute of Public Administration found that about 25% of South Koreans feel negatively about accepting North Korean defectors. And nearly 70% said that they wouldn't want their children to marry a North Korean defector. So since K-pop fandom often centers on idolizing glamorous lifestyles, the presence of these two members could backfire domestically. But however, it might also spark greater awareness among younger fans in South Korea about the difficulties defectors face in South Korea. And just want to quickly tell you, the English version of the song, Shattered, it goes on about like the broad youth struggles, like resilience, aimlessness, and so on. But the Korean version feels a lot rawer and more specific, and it reflects the trauma and survivor's guilt, which are said to be common among North Korean defectors.
All right.
So that aspect I find really interesting.
Nemo Kim there. Thank you so very much. Let me leave you with more of that song, Shattered by Universe.